doing my part. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
Hi everyone! May as well just start while we're here, shall we not? I don't have an answer to your question. I am barely functioning. It's just another manic Monday. I did not put any thought into today whatsoever, which is not really that surprising. I haven't been doing a lot of that over this whole month instead. But the reason why I'm feeling particularly thrown today is because I was supposed to be streaming in the afternoon. It is not the afternoon. It is the morning. I forgot that I have a schedule change around and I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons today because here in the UK it is a what they call bank holiday. Just a public holiday. And so my D&D crew have said, can we meet up today and have a longer session instead of our after dinner usual gathering? And I forgot about that. And so then when I was very, very late at night yesterday, I was like, oh crap, I'm going to have to do a morning stream. So that is why it is a little bit like, hi! No plans, no plans. So if you have a particular topic that you want to talk about in answer to your question earlier, Vortex, then feel free to throw it at me because I have yet to organize one myself. But it's good to see you guys. I've been kind of awake. There are definitely times where I start my stream and I'm like dead. So this is not one of those times. I definitely I feel awake. Whereas sometimes these morning streams I'm like, hey guys. I feel okay. I think it's because of the sunshine that comes in and the heat. It kind of forces you awake in the morning. But the I think it's more just the running around and it wasn't honestly. It was when I sat at my desk and then I opened OBS and then my entire OBS was like unauthenticated. And so I was a little bit thrown by that too because I went, huh? What do you mean unauthenticated? So I had to do more little things going on, and so that's why I'm a little bit rah! instead of because I was sleepy girl. It's been so bloody hot though, and so I've made a bit of a mistake by having long pants today. But the sunshine, it just keeps on waking me up in the morning. How rude. How very rude. Honestly, though, it is the best alarm. I hate waking up to alarms. I much prefer waking up to the sunshine. But sometimes that means that I sleep in, so it's a tough one. I wanna have when I moved to the UK, I was like, I'm going to try and make a consistent sleeping schedule because I know that I've never had a very good relationship with sleep. So I'm going to try and fix that. And admittedly, it's way better than it used to be. I used to be going not being able to sleep at night, and then that would mean that when I do finally get to sleep at like 4 or 5 in the morning, I'll sleep until midday or whatever. And so it's much better. It is better. I mean, it's 8 o'clock now. That in itself shows that it's better. Yeah, I need the sunlight too, Vortex. But the because I'm trying to be consistent, I'm often waking up to my alarm, and I don't like it. I like waking up naturally. Yeah, it's better. It's better. Anyhow, it is natural redhead. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Wait, is that the same one? There's no sunshine. I feel like we're singing the same song. Just smoke some weed, you reckon? Oh, yeah, sorry, it's a wig. Just pulls it off. Hey, Minecraft, that's fun. I don't play Minecraft. I have played it before, but it's not really my type of game. I've liked it, and I see why people like it, but there's never really a time where I'm like, oh yeah, like, I love this, and this is a game for me. Okay, sweet. Gotcha, Kiwi man. I was just double checking. I've not had breakfast today. I don't eat it before midday. that is not a thing that I do. So typically what will happen is when I have my morning streams, I will eat after stream. And it works out very well. But the problem is if I end up doing a long stream, then I get very hungry. Or alternatively, if I start playing games, sometimes I forget about the whole eating thing. It is 8 a.m. at the moment here in the UK. And also, hi. There are a lot of people who have been doing their part for the Clempire and just saying hi. And hi, if I haven't said hi to you. Oh, where did that come from? Maybe I just choked on some spit. Thanks, Boba. All the best at Mahi. Oh no, not consumption. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's right. JJ, I see you said you're drinking tea. How do you find it? What does it taste like? I like hardcore Minecraft so I don't get a chance to respawn. It makes me focus more. Yeah, I had an ex a while back who loved Minecraft, and so the most I ever played was with him. But the thing with that was that he was very knowledgeable about the game, and so sometimes he would play without me, which was fine. But then I'd come back into the game and he's like, I got all this stuff for you. And I was like, thank you, but I don't know what the stuff is or where it came from. And he said, it's okay. We're going to the Ender Dragon now. And I'm like, wait, we've only been playing for like 2 days. It's okay. Just wear this armor. And so that was basically my experience, was that I had someone who was very, very good at the game. But they were very much a give someone a fish rather than teach them how to fish situation. And they more so wanted someone to play with them rather than, like I said, teach me the game and help me understand what was going on. I just spawned in, I got all of the top level crafting and enchanted armor, and then I just was meant to follow along to go to the Ender Dragon. So it was a way for me to learn about the best of the best, but how to get there and how to get all of the items required to get to the Ender Dragon. It was like a massive gap. It was skipping to the end, and so it meant that I didn't really understand what was going on, and I'm very much a person who likes to know these things, so wouldn't say jealous, no, I just didn't know what was happening. Yeah, just stand there till I say jump vibes for sure. Hi guys. Ender Dragon, I hardly know her. It is indeed. That is what's going on there. Licorice tea. And then you're gonna try a black tea. Very nice. Licorice tea is an interesting one. I'm not a big fan of that aniseed, anise flavoring, so I can't imagine that I would like it too much. And I didn't, but I think it's cool because I didn't even know it existed. I used to be really into Minecraft at Kiwi Man, but I haven't played in years. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to playing it. I think it's one of those things where if I sat down and decided to play it, I'd enjoy myself, but It's just not one that I gravitate towards. I'm definitely not a creative individual in Minecraft either. So I know there are people who do creative mode. I cannot play Minecraft on creative mode. There is nothing that creative mode does for me whatsoever. Because that's just like I was never one to build Lego, for example. It's just not my that's not how my brain works. And so I much prefer survival mode. I think that hardcore mode is too much for me as someone who hasn't really played Minecraft. But I have to play survival mode because otherwise I don't feel like I have a goal. And so for me, creative mode, it's too much of a sandbox. It's like the world is your oyster. Do anything, and I go, okay, but I need something actively working against me. So if I'm gonna build, I have to have a zombie trying to kill me, I guess. So I would be interested in playing Minecraft to try and beat the Ender Dragon on my own. I think that is a goal that I have just as a bucket list item, I suppose. And I don't think that will be anytime soon, though. I don't know what this word means, yummers. What's gonna happen if I look it up? It's disgusting. My mom likes it, but I don't believe her. Why wouldn't you believe her? She's your mama. It's you again. Hello. I could teach you. I'm sure. The thing is that I know how to get to the Ender Dragon now, and especially because Minecraft kind of made it easier. You just follow the achievement guide. So I have picked it up again every now. Well, I have picked it up once or twice, and I can see the progression. So I know how to play now. I picked up on a lot of things, but I feel like the thing that my ex accidentally taught me was that instead of trying to achieve it how I would achieve it, I'm like, I know the top quality thing. So, well, or at least heading towards the top quality items and enchanting. And so that's where I would want to fill in my lack of knowledge instead of just playing for myself. I'm just playing it in a way that someone very autistic wanted me to play it. And I don't mean that as a slight. It's just that it's just true. It was the same when I started playing Pokemon games. I learned more about Pokemon statistics than I ever thought I would know. Despite someone being a Pokemon fan, I didn't really play the games. I didn't have a console that had the Pokemon games on it. The only times I would play it was when I'd go to my cousin's house and chuck on her Game Boy, and play Red or Blue on there, or Yellow. Not this one in particular. I game on Twitch, though, in answer to your question there. And so I really only started playing the Pokemon games when I was about 18, 19. And I had already met my ex at the time, and he had been playing his whole life, and so he knew a lot more than I did. If we're going to play a game like Minecraft, I'd rather build SimCity or City Skylines. Yeah, I never really tried any of those games. I wonder if I'd like them. I can't imagine I would, just based on how I play Sims in general. And a lot of those building games, I just don't think they're really my style. I always thought it was called Roadblocks. My goodness. I remember her having a piece of chocolate, and her lies it up is what I was saying. Her eyes lit up. Ooh, ooh. With a restricted diet, she's like, yummers. I know. That is, well, at least she's enjoying stuff on the restricted diet, I suppose. Okie dokie. I'm gonna get a monster at the dairy. The fact that you said dairy fills me so much with joy. No one other than New Zealanders call them dairies, and so it is just. I know what you're talking about. Go enjoy your monster. I guess before it closes as well. Bulbasaur is number one as well. We know this for a fact. Rage bait? It's not rage bait. Bulbasaur is number one. It's fact. You cannot deny it. That's why they're my favorite. I think I started playing them when I was 7. Yeah, so Pokemon came out the same year I was born. So that is very easy for me to remember. And so I didn't necessarily play Pokemon out of the womb. But like I said, my cousin had a Game Boy. I wonder why my brother never really got into. Because my brother would have been 10, because he's a fair bit older than I am. He would have been 10. But I guess that he just didn't have a Game Boy. Because he already had a Nintendo 64, so why would he have a Game Boy? So my brother would have watched the anime every now and again, and I think we had Pokemon Stadium as well. What was really cool was when we put the Game Boy cartridges in the Nintendo 64. That was a wild time. Couldn't like that. Now that is cross platform, you know. He definitely had GoldenEye, but the game that, because I played Banjo-Kazooie as my first ever game on the Nintendo 64, and but I know that we also had Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, and I was never allowed to play that one, and it was really sad. Hello from the UK, good morning to you. I too am living in the UK, but I'm not from here, but I am living here. How could someone break up with someone like you? Well, we met very, very young, and so we just became different people, and we wanted different things. So it's that is. I don't know how old you are, Vortex, but that's just life. There are plenty reasons why people split. I just went through a split. I can't believe it's coming up on 2 years. It's ridiculous. But my most recent ex, I still have so much care for. They're a wonderful, wonderful person, and I have no animosity whatsoever for them. But we just wanted different things, and for me, it was I wanted to leave Australia, and so it just didn't work out anymore. And that doesn't mean because we were fighting or anything. It just meant that it just wasn't working out. So lots of reasons for relationships to not work out, even if it's not necessarily from a big ordeal. Yeah, so still young. It's just what it is. I almost got up for work and yeah, I didn't expect the holiday, but I guess for content creation, you have to make your own rules on when your holidays are. I'm from the dairy state and username has kiwi in it. Does that count? No, unless you can tell me what a dairy is. I like Rainwood for Charmander in the fucking grave. That is a good point. I can see that you got a little heated. Is it true that the UK stands for ugly kids? I haven't seen any ugly kids, but I also don't hang around them, so I'll do some more research and get back to you. Hi, baby sloth. Dairy kiwi, is that some kind of innuendo? No, definitely not. Definitely not. I share a birthday with the Japanese release date of GoldenEye. Well, you'll always remember that one in that case. Played it to death at uni. Ah, that's adorable. Bruh, hello. Have you watched How I Met Your Mother? I have indeed, but not every single episode. So if you're going to refer to anything very specific, I shall not know it, but I know the characters and I know the overall kind of idea. Hi, Yoda. I was just laughing at the $100 instead of percent. Yeah, exactly, Hip. And that's the thing is, it just happens. It just happens. People, the person that they are when they meet, and over years you grow together, or you grow apart. And for my last 2 relationships, it was grow apart. But both of them were 5-year relationships, so that's why I don't think about it too sadly, because they were great, and then we just realized it was no longer meant to be, and that's that's it. I don't mind talking about it. Like, a lot of people put so much emotional intensity on breakups, but I guess I'm just very much a realist. Breakups happen. What is the thing? Like, it's about how you react. And in my cases, I didn't have a scenario where they cheated on me. I didn't have a scenario where they were abusive. I didn't have any, like, these two people were great people. But it just, we weren't, where we were wanting to head towards was no longer the same trajectory. People don't know what a dairy is. Nope. I learnt that when I left New Zealand. Kia ora, gamer. Welcome on back. It has been very, very simple. I rolled out of bed and then I turned on my camera, so I don't have anything to report. A lot of fish in the sea, indeed, but you know, it is what it is. You've been around long enough to pick this stuff up. That's a good point. Kiwi Man has done well there. Good job, good job. If my sister can have a child 2 years ago and it's now 40 years, there's still time. Exactly. So it's the biological clock is a thing, but it is a lot easier nowadays with modern medicine. And I'd rather take my time finding someone that I want to share a family with, if I want to have a family, than rush into anything. I broke up with my middle school crush because she moved to Texas and it still hurts to this day. Oof. I felt that. I felt that pain. I let my scooter out front of the dairy. Next minute. That is a throwback. She's a doctor now. Yeah, you really fumbled the bag on that one, hip hop. You really fumbled that one. I'm from New Zealand, Sakuna, but I live in the UK now. A dairy is a place they make butter and cheese and so on. Well, not so much in New Zealand. A child of the world, quite. But yes, in New Zealand, the corner shops, so we don't have 7-Elevens. We just have dairies, and they're privately owned, and they have all your little needs like eggs and milk and bread, and like quick essentials, basically. And of course, always some sort of hot meat pie, and candy and energy drinks. Just little tiny essentials. They're very, very small, and they're awesome. Okay, it happens that was my first time I lost a good woman. Yeah, exactly. We used to live together, but she landed the perfect job across the world. Oh, well, I'm glad that you can at least recognize that it's okay for her. I told her to take it. Oh, that does suck. That's sad. Nonetheless. Hi, Goku. The streams are starting early. No, they're just starting on time. Bleached hair. Nope, this is my real hair. Rian, welcome back as well. Ferocious, good to see you guys. I pissed green. I suggest going to the doctor for that one. I think cross-gender friendship is 100% okay, but some people just push their friend into wanting something more than friendship. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a big believer of direct communication. So if you have a crush on someone and you don't know if they have a crush on you, I don't think it's healthy to kind of wonder and fantasize about a romantic relationship with your friend. And so either you have to pull the trigger and see if they would be open to a relationship, and therefore you might be sacrificing your friendship, but at least you are clear and then you can move on. Or alternatively, you need to work on those feelings, and it is possible. I can tell you from experience. You know what? I haven't really spoken about this. I had the biggest crush on a friend just recently. So basically, after my split, I was single for the first time in a long time, and especially as an older, more mature adult compared to being 19, basically. I started getting a crush on a friend, and I had no idea how to handle that. It was so weird and awkward, and I was like, I just wanted them to like me back, and so I basically went through this big thing where I had to work on those feelings, because I valued them so much as a friend. that I didn't want to be awkward, and I wanted that friendship, and I knew that a romantic relationship wasn't a thing, and also because I was just single and lonely, and I realized that in fact it was more about my loneliness than about them. They're a really lovely person though, so I'm glad that we are still friends. But I worked on those feelings, and so you can change your feelings if you actually try. If you actually try. And now, genuinely, this is like, I'm looking at the date. This is over a year later, that I don't feel any romantic, or other feelings towards them anymore, because that is something that I actively worked on. So it is possible to put yourself in the friend zone whilst being okay with the friend zone. You can do it. You can do it. And and that's it. That's it. I like your dress. Well, it's not quite a dress, but I do like the colors of this one as well. Every day gets better. It's now 7:30 in the evening. That's not so bad over there. Yeah, difference between a dairy and a dairy farm, exactly. Not a dairy has milk. Yes, but milk bottles, not milking, you know. What do you call the places that process milk in New Zealand? A farm. We were in middle school. Her parents moved. We still talked on the phone for a year, but come on, we were both about to start high school. It wasn't gonna last. No, you lost a good one there, hip hop. We all know it. You can't try to convince whatever coping technique you're trying to use. It won't work on us. We can see it objectively. Yeah, we call that Fonterra. Bada-bum, see, mama. The New Zealanders get it. Yeah, pies at the corner store, or as we call them, dairy. The farms are where the cows live. I'm talking about the place the farmers deliver. Yeah, it's still a farm. It's all a farm. All's a farm. I have a crush on the mods. Many do. Follow your heart and set ablaze your thoughts. Thank you, Rom. Thank you. Clem can't flirt for shit. It's also that. Will you marry me? Okay, just because you asked so politely. Just walk away. Exactly. That, like, what is the point if you are pining and lamenting? Like, you're just causing yourself pain. So Dante said, I carried torch for someone for nearly 32 years. Life took a turn for the worse. I said goodbye, told them I loved them, and blank face. Wow. Ouch. But I'm sure that was a learning lesson for you. I think it's better when we get older because we actually make it happen and satisfy each other. Yeah, and so you either make it happen and move on because you're less afraid of rejection. And for me, like I said, I value communication. And so I did... Do I want to say this? Yeah, look, I don't... this is my friend, so I don't want to share too much information. I have danced around some other info. So I did get to a point where I was like, I had worked on my feelings. And so I no longer was like trying to want this romantic relationship with this person. But there was a point where we got drunk and I was feeling emboldened. I was like, you know what? I'll just ask the question. I'll do it. I was like, is there something here or is there not? And they were like, look, you're an attractive person, but it's not gonna happen. And I was like, cool. I just gotta know. I just had to know. And so that was like months after I'd already let go of my feelings. But at the same time, I was like, hey, I've had a few beers. Why not ask the question? So I did get extra direct moment. Well, that's the thing, is we didn't have a moment, but it was just one of those like, maybe I need to know if they are trying to give me something and I'm just not able to figure that out, and they weren't trying to give me something, and now I know, and we're still like, this is now again several months later, we still chat and it's fine, and it was just that clarification. Kiss me if I'm wrong, but this beer tastes awful. No, I was much more respectful than that. Where was Zaga? Zaga, where are you? In the cold, even a small light looks big. I don't know what that means. Not knowing if someone likes you back is honestly either the most scary thing in existence or just normal. And look, it's very normal. A lot of people have crushes on people all the time, and you cannot help that. If you end up having a crush on someone or someone has a crush on you, you just can't help it. But what you can work on is whether you continue to have that crush. And especially, so I had another friend that I was kind of confiding in about it, and they taught me the word, which has escaped me. It has escaped me. I will look it up in a second. I will go through this. In Australia, which is the oldest lake, I don't know, is it the Salt Lake? Lake Erie? I just come right out and say it with romance. People appreciate it. I actually got a call back once they thought about it. Hell yeah, Rian. That's awesome. Charlene, good to have you back here. My friend works at the local dairy. A lot of people must be whipping cream at home from the number of nags they sell. My goodness gracious. I had no idea. I guess so. It's that kind of landscape these days. You can be an actress. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can be wrong with your terminology. New Zealand often is, 9Fox. New Zealand often is. I have a lot of reasons so the ladies I've become friends with end up really liking me. Oh no. And that's the thing, Goku, is you can't help it. If you got the riz, and especially if you're just like a nice guy, then it's hard for people to feel comfortable around that and therefore attracted to that. And so just making everything clear, it does help a lot. Thank you. I do feel like a strong, beautiful woman. Brazil! Woo! Obrigado. The lesson I learned is if you can't love yourself, most people won't. And even if they do, you won't see it. Yes, exactly. Because you're just always doubting why someone would want to be with you if you have such a low view on yourself. Yes, I understand this. It's really, really sad. Hi, Hindu. How you going? I used to be in a relationship with a friend since we were 15. By the time we were 18, she got a scholarship to go to uni in America. She didn't want to go, but I didn't want to hold her back. Aww. Yeah, I think that's really respectful. And that's the thing, is like it's tough, but you understand these are opportunities that come up, and you can't always follow, and that's just it. That's just life. It happens all the time. It's not like the movies. All the movies are like, well, actually, some of the movies, they'll have you part ways and then reconnect 10 years later or whatever. But so many movies, they always talk about the one and the soulmate and so on and so forth. And it's, you got to put in work into relationships as well. You got to figure out what's worth fighting for, I suppose. You was trying to smash. I was not trying to smash. I just wanted them to hold me in their arms and pet me on the head. Thank you very much. Like I said, I recognize that my crush on them was, well, one, they were just a really nice person, and they're a good-looking person too. That always confuses the brain. But the thing that sucked is that they were just like they're cool, they're funny, and they are smart, and they had all these things, and I was like, damn. What are these feelings? But like I said, I analyzed that, I reflected, I thought about if it was a possibility that could be a thing, and I was like, that's not gonna happen. Or rather, I value the friendship more than trying to make that happen, so I worked on my feelings, and like I said, I just recognized I was feeling lonely because it was the first time I had been single, and that's what happens. You start getting feelings, you start not being sure of what's going on after a breakup. It's like, whoa, and so then that's why I was able to move on, because I understood it was about me. Okay. I lost my best friend for similar reasons. Aw, that is sad. But I hope that the communication was still worth it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take it. Yeah, imagine if after like all of that, they were like, look, there is something here. I would have been like, what? And then do you know what it would be? It would be like a typical situation where it's like available. Well, I don't want it anymore. No, I'm kidding. I would never do that. Those kinds of games they make me so annoyed. Hi, Sahid. The breakup I had to go through was ruthless. I needed to pretend that I didn't have feelings for her anymore so she could just go follow her dreams. Oh, but she's moved on and married, and you know, it would have been tough, but I think that you know that was the right move as well. There's someone the thought of someone sometimes can be the better than the reality, and that's the word I was trying to find. It's not desperation, but I will look it up. Because her baby daddy used to abuse her and cheat on her. Oh my gosh, I was always a shoulder for her, but I just didn't like her being treated that way. Yeah, especially someone you care so much about. Oh, I'm so sorry that you had to watch someone go through that, and then also have the pain yourself of like not really knowing what to do about it. Oh, hip hop, that's horrific. I'm so sorry. What's your best chat app line? Do you like stuff? I've had crushes on people even whilst being happily married. I make the choice not to act on it due to the promises I made. Exactly. And I think that, Ian, I actually really appreciate you saying that, because some people just really ignore that fact. You can be in a relationship and get a little crush, and then you can move on from the crush. Like, you can't help it when you're attracted to someone. Sometimes there are attractive people physically, or sometimes it's you bond with someone through similar interests, and you start getting a little bit like, oh wow, like this is nice. But then, like Ian said, you have these promises that you make, and you assess, is this something that I want to act on? No, because I love my partner. Why would I do that? And then you move on from the crush. A lot of people just don't give the grace, I suppose, of having a little crush and then moving on from it. And that's another reason. Even if you're not in a relationship, if you can stop feeling that way, then you can stop feeling that if you're single as well. Also, hi, Joe. Hello. We're just talking about soulmates, I guess. Grady, thank you so much. Your brain stops working when the chemistry is... Yeah, exactly. It's right. They're watching the live right now. Oh no, I've been caught. The friend wasn't Arlo, but rather his dog, Kobe. It's true. I looked at those big, beautiful eyes. I fell in love, and I was like, Kobe. I know that we are different species, but is there something here? Had a crush on a friend, was kind of forced to tell her, but she turned me down. 30 years later, still friends. I'm glad. And see, that's great. It's really good to know. I just tried my black tea. I don't know if my taste buds don't work, but it tastes like water with a hint of cigarette. Yeah, it's like a little bit bitter, right? That's why I said I don't know how to explain it, because it's just tea. Hi, Richie. I had an ex like that where we tried to stay friends, but we both moved on. But whatever, we were in the room alone. Yeah. Good on you for walking out of that situation, because that could have been tough for everyone. I got married to the wrong person. I appreciate having me time now, but I met someone awesome. So, wait. Oh, I'm confused. Well, I think it's how I would look at that situation is kind of similar to what I was saying. Is you, instead of thinking of the crush, think about the person you're with, and because you don't want to. If in a relationship your partner gives you like 80-90% of the things that you need, but that 10% is missing, and you might see that in someone else. And so this is not why my ex and I broke up, but I'll give you an example. So my ex and I worked very, very well together. We were very comfortable, but my ex wasn't a board game player. They weren't interested in board games, let alone Dungeons and Dragons. That's not something that they had any interest in whatsoever. And so now if I meet someone, like, when I was in this relationship who loves board games, that can potentially make you like get a crush on that, because it's like, wow, like this is exactly what I was talking about. Like I just wish that my partner had this aspect, but they only have this one thing that was missing, rather than the 90% of things that my partner was displaying. And so there's no point in ruining this good thing for this tiny aspect. So basically, think about your current relationship as separate to the crush. Don't let the crush be the thing that is a catalyst to ruining a good thing, when you can reduce your feelings for a crush. Like, you have that power. And so separate that and just think about your current relationship, and if you're happy in your current relationship, rather than if you think you're going to be happier in another one. That is my take there. I think the only way to find someone real these days is if you're in this shit. Oh, some like trauma bonding, And sometimes it's nice to just pine after someone. You're like, what is it? You just have the fantasy for a moment. I remember my friend and I, when we did a road trip in Scotland, there was a guy that I still fantasize about for her. Like, I was not interested. I didn't even realize that they were flirting until way later. And I'm like, man, she really fumbled the bag on that one. But after we walked away, yeah, I know. So basically, they were the manager at an accommodation we were staying at, and she wanted to find like a Scottish husband. And so we were asking this guy about some walks around the area, and he got this thick Scottish accent. And she kept on asking more and more and more and more questions. He wasn't wearing a kilt, but she kept on asking so many questions, and I was like. And then there was one time where she giggled, and then I went, my bad. Whoops. I completely misread this situation. I shouldn't have been frustrated. I should have been wing-womaning. That's on me. Did I fumble the bag? Oh, no. I lost my friend a husband. It's on me because I misread the situation. Curse me. I could have been an auntie to my friend's babies by now. I fumbled so hard. Anyway. Worst wing woman ever. Anyway, so point being that when we left this, and I was like, and she's like, and then she's like, oh, like, and then just having these little fantasies where it's like, yeah, he had that like strong, unassuming body, like it's just like a taller, stockier guy, and it's like, but he was so gentle, and he's like, oh, so like I was trying to get an umbrella out for you in the rain and stuff, and so we're talking about how good he would be with kids. And, you just have that fantasy where it's like, oh, wow. Anyway, I still think about that interaction, and that because my thing was, I suggested that she message him. And I was like, if you want to go for coffee, then just go for coffee. Just do it. Like, I'm here for you, okay? I'm here for you. And she never messaged. And so I think about the fact that she never messaged. And so... But now maybe I can move on because I realized I fumbled rather than her fumbling. So no, we can. We can I hear that accent again? Hold on, I actually can do a better Scottish accent. Let me get into my Scottish accent. There we go. I don't know what I was doing earlier, but it's better than what it can be. Okay, catching up. Okay, Rianne is divorced. Okay. I wasn't 100% sure about that. I'm glad that that's worked out then. Okay. Crushes usually fade. Exactly. That's why they're called a crush. Sometimes they develop, sometimes they don't. I've had heaps of crushes, often at a time or through my life. Exactly. And so they're just normal. They're normal, but they also move on. And so it's once I find this word, once we look up this word, I will tell you when a crush becomes an obsession, basically. You give off mad outy belly button vibes. Atomic Banana, if you are still here, you will not meet someone with more of an innie belly button than I have. I've talked about this before. I have the deepest belly button that I've ever seen on an individual. It's like a void. I don't even know where the end is. You know how like you can have an outie, but you can have an innie and you see the end of your belly button. Nope, not mine. My belly button just keeps on going. I'm convinced that if you try to put your finger in there, it is the origin of a black hole. So realistically, the universe does rotate around me. And my belly button. Ferocious. Thank you, Ferocious. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Thank you so very much. That is exactly the word. Thank you. Thank you. Look, I would show you the belly button if people weren't fucking weird about it, okay? Because that's the thing is, there are plenty of you guys who would look at my belly button and go, whoa, you're so right. Where does it go? Nowhere. I don't know. It's crazy. But we all know that people are fucking weird about belly buttons. So unfortunately, I cannot show off the belly button as much as I want to show you how much of a freak of nature I am. It is something that I cannot do for the safety of my, of myself. Sub-only content, exactly. That's my pivot to OnlyFans. It's just my belly button. Ridiculous. Okay, scrolling. I just wanted to see, because we were talking about some of the other things. There was an ex I dated for 8 years. Hell yeah. The new girlfriend I was dating was only less than a year, but I wanted to make it work so bad that I had to cut her off. Wow. You could either try to make your partner into a carbon copy of you, or you could try to love their personality. And your personality changes. Like, I would hope that you are not the same person you are now as the same person you were as 10 years ago. You're supposed to grow and change and find new things that you enjoy. And so despite changing personality, that can work in tandem with a partner as well. And so even I have to watch it, but it's a bit of a an interesting concept of this idea of if your relationship isn't working, that you can change your personality to make it work. And so Healthy Gamer GG talked about this a little bit as well, where it say one person wants to travel and the other person doesn't. You can change your personality to want or not want the other thing. And they weren't saying that that's what you should do. I should make that clear. But it is technically and theoretically possible. And I suppose that a lot of psychologists work on these things of finding that compromise and but you can potentially not even just compromise. You can change. But then that's where it becomes like at what worth is the sacrifice of your identity and wants worth it? For a lot of people, it's not. And so that's why relationships can end. But this is what I mean by relationships take work. People forget that in relationships, you will argue. And so working on that and figuring out what's worth it is just part and parcel of being in a relationship. And so... But even if it's not about arguments, it can be about wanting different things. You can figure it out. You can technically figure it out, but is it worth it? Is it worth figuring it out? That is where the question comes from. First 3 things a woman sees when she enters the church aisle: altar, hymn. Okay. Let me just keep unscrolling here. You give good advice. Oh, thank you, Rian. Are you going to the Springboks All Blacks at Twickenham later in the year? I don't know where Twickenham is. Let me see if I live close to it. Maybe it could be kind of fun. Twickenham is... Oh, I'm just scrolling out. It's not that far from me. It's just in London. You know what? I'll look into it. How about that? I don't go to rugby games, so probably not. But if the All Blacks are that close to me, maybe it can be a good excuse to go. How about that? Funniest strokes of bland statements made by someone you're interested in. Exactly right. It's like, that's so funny. And it was one of those Kiwi man that made me go, why is she laughing? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, if you think you know the friend that I was talking about that I had a crush on, you don't know the friend. The friend I am talking about, this is what I mean, is I keep a lot of my personal life offline. The friend that I was talking about that I had a crush on, you guys don't know who it is. I can tell you that straight up. You will not know. Oh, Schmick! What the frick? How dare you? How dare you? Ligma, good to see you. You made it nice and early. Relationships are engraving. Mixing and dating a lot is actually bad. A connection can mess you up, or a future relationship. Damn, okay. I haven't really thought a lot about that. But I guess that, like I said, I kind of stay out of the questions about dating, like my dating life, because I've had 2 long relationships and now I'm figuring it out for me. So I don't feel like I can weigh in, but I can weigh in on how other people can live their life. Whatever. So Polaroid said, funnily enough, whatever I have a crush is, or whenever I have a crush is purely a heart thing. It has nothing to do with shared interests or superficials. Just that feeling, maybe. If you had the choice to change your fate, would you? Hi, Skeletora. I watched true crime documentaries on the first date. Damn, look at you, making them feel real safe. I know the feeling. I'm the worst wingman too. One of the Uzo wanted to talk to a girl. Oh, so like one of the your friends wanted to talk to a girl, but he was nervous and wanted me to put in a good word for him. It took a wild turn that I didn't know she wanted me. Yep, that's what happens if you're not the one trying to flirt. Then you're often the one not nervous, and then therefore you become attractive because of your confidence. And it's like, no. Oh, goodness gracious. You should start an online association of deep belly buttons and find your people. Maybe I'll find someone who has a deeper belly button. Yeah, local children often throw rocks into it to see how long it takes to splash. Hilarious. Also, hi, Sogo. Hello, Firebird. I am slowly catching up. Can we raid someone? I mean, I just started, so not anytime soon. I guess it's been an hour. Hi, Dirty Dan. Shadow Spirit, good to have you here too. Oh, mods. The person that you banned, all of the messages got deleted. Ooh, maybe we should do some testing, because that's new. That's very new. I wonder if it got deleted here, because it's never been deleted on my chat. So this is good. I'll show you. And then we can look into it more. So you guys can see whose messages got deleted. Okay, so here. So you can see everyone's messages are fine. So normally, if I scroll down, where did the ban come through? Where did the ban come through? Anyway, there we go. So there's the ban, right? So you can see that the mods had banned this person. And usually their messages don't get deleted. And so therefore it also stays here. But I missed if they got deleted from here. But this, even on my end, wouldn't normally get deleted. Oh, sorry, scroll down a bit. This on my end wouldn't normally get deleted. So this is giving me hope. So you actually volunteer as tribute? I don't know if we can unban you though. We'll have to look into it. Anyway, I thought I'd bring that up. Yeah, Twitch is fine. Twitch has always been fine. But YouTube not so much. J Joy. Anyway, we'll look into it. That it's just it is just good to know. See, 9Fox said who wants to be banned. Well, something we will look into. Okay. Ever have someone drink a shot out of your belly button? They probably could and get very drunk off it. I tell you what. I didn't know live just started. I was just scrolling. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're just yapping away. Belly button black hole exists, or as experts call it, the black clem hole. Yeah, they're gonna name it after me. Oh goodness. Okay. I think that we're almost caught up. But you know what chemistry feels like with someone you can talk to for hours about nothing exactly. Oh shit, my girlfriend's calling me. I have to go now. I have to go, yeah. And that's the thing is you can connect with someone even when you're in a relationship. And I've got a personal anecdote like that. So the first time I met Arlo, who got mentioned earlier, the reason we became such good friends is because we hung out and then we spent hours speaking with one another, and then we became kind of each other's support after we were going through some really tough times. And that's a really good example of someone that, like, I get it. You just have that connection with someone. Although now you guys have made me realize I should probably text them, because they sent me something and I have forgotten to reply. So I should check in on them. Actually, I was thinking it would be nice to give them a call as well. So I'll reach out to him, because that will be nice. Anyway, so yes, I completely agree that you can have a connection with someone. And you're just so in the moment that you're not necessarily like paying attention to your phone or messages and stuff. But that doesn't even necessarily mean that it is because you're like having a crush on the person either. It's just you connect with someone, and that's kind of like a best friend, right? If you're spending hours with your best friend and there's nothing romantic or sexual in that relationship, then a partner often will be very, very understanding that you're just with your bestie. And some people just connect, and I think Arlo and I were in that regard. We're just really, really connected. And I'm really grateful that we met each other, because I think we were exactly what we needed for at the time. I would hate to have a partner the same as me, sharing interests, sure, but they need to have unique opinions. Yes, I think that's a really good way of looking at it as well. Exactly. Too much hard work being in a relationship. It doesn't always end in heartbreak, though. But it's definitely tough. Hi, Monkey. I would think realizing you fumbled the bag instead of her would make you hung up even more. Fuck. You're so right, Monkey. You're so right. Hi, Slick. Hi from, I'm living in the UK. Love the Aussie accent. Well, you won't find it here. Okay. Don is Don. Oh, right. The reason why oh wait, is mods, is Shadow Spirit trying to help out for the mods? I missed what that was, because I'm still like 2 minutes behind. Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so thank you, Shadow Spirit, for the assistance there. But let me show you that unfortunately, even though this gets deleted, this did not get deleted. Thank you for your assistance, Shadow Spirit. But yeah, that sucks. I really had hopes there. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make, because if it's getting deleted here, then it should get deleted here, because these are the same. These are the same, sort of. I'm not going to hurry up and read. In fact, I'm going to hide you so you don't know where I am. Anyway, I hope that that was genuinely as a intention, because I think Shadow Spirit was being somewhat nice before, right? Ban me is fine for an experiment. Oh yeah, so thank you, Shadow Spirit. I don't know if we can unban them though, because that was really nice of them to help out. If we can unban them, I would like that to occur. Okay. I'm an All Blacks fan, but when the Springboks play, I'm jumping ship. Damn. All right. Okay. I think it would be fun to go watch a rugby game. It's been a long time for me. Oh, sorry, Cody Cameron. You meant about the wing woman. Yes, this is also true. You said you had 2 long relationships. Don't have them long, have them short. I can help with them. That was a D joke, by the way. Everyone knows that a joke is funnier when explained. So thank you so much for the very explicit explicit reference. And now let me put it this way. You are making me think about your dick. So you kind of succeeded in that regard. Oh, goodness gracious. Me and my girlfriend have been together and best friends for the past 15 years. Hell yeah. Modern music channel, YouTube. Yeah, you can go crazy for sure. Okay. Antipodean belly is a great pickup line. Leave my belly button alone. Message was not deleted on YouTube. Okay, I think that we are so close to being caught up. I knew my ex-wife from the age of 4. Wow. We married in our 20s, divorced in our 50s. I thought I knew everything about her and I didn't. I now believe you can never know everything about someone. And I think in a way that can be really beautiful about a long-term relationship, right? Is that you can continue to uncover and discover things about them. But yeah, especially knowing them at 4, you would have assumed, like, all of their stories, you're pretty much there with them the whole time. So that's fascinating. Damn. Thank you for sharing, Giant Rain. I said Giant Rain because the next message said it's raining. My apologies, Ray. My apologies. Okay, cool. Hello, Warhammer. Hello, and Stephen from Sweden. I'm well, Night Warrior. How are you? I've had best friends like that when my worst nightmare was a girl best friend and my mom being besties with a girlfriend. You're fucked at that point. Uh-oh. I meant like someone who's not your best friend, but yes, yeah. I was using that as an example that you can connect with someone in a lot of different ways and spend hours talking to them. But sometimes there's just a little extra something. You're loving this. I am certainly enjoying my morning. I'll tell you that much. Hey, okay, so the timeout has expired. Awesome. So Shadow Spirit can chat again. Hopefully they will come back in the future. Maybe they just needed an excuse to be to leave the stream so that they could go do their own thing. How are you handling the heat wave? Not well. Not well at all. I need to get at least a fan up here. I think I'm going to because I stream from an attic. So all of the heat gets trapped up here. I've got the window open. And a fly just flew in as soon as I turned my head to look at that. That is the worst timing. Can you leave, please? Oh, thank you. Well, that was a very kind fly. I guess they didn't find anything that they wanted in here. And you know what? I'll take that as a compliment. Oh, thank you, Shadow Spirit. Thank you for being a guinea pig. That was really helpful. It was just a nice little thing for us to check. I do appreciate your volunteering. Anyway, so I think I just need at least a fan to help the air flow up here. I looked at an air con, but air conditioners are so expensive. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But I'll start with a fan because they can be super cheap. And then if that doesn't work, then when it comes to summer, if it's going to be this hot, then I think I will need something a little bit more powerful. Anyway, it sucks. I started an OnlyFans account and 9 months later I have 0 subs. Any advice for a 62-year-old male nurse? You could probably do like AI maybe. Although if you're a male nurse, surely that should be your marketing. Because like people love someone taking care of them. I feel like that would be the angle that I would take, you know? Okay, I didn't know Clementine can be unhinged. Oh yes, I am very unhinged. That is... When people ask if they can marry me, I'm like, you haven't seen the crazy yet, though. Do you guys talk on the phone while you poop? It's not real then? Ew. Yeah, we gotta breathe in again. Nice to have it out and about. I will roll a joint. Enjoy. Hi, Brad Bad. My girlfriend claims to be vegan and gets porked every night. By who? Lucky girl. Can't say that is a lucky guy, though. You got your own sauna. Exactly. It's really bloody hot up here. This might be hard, but titles are easy. Wow, rude. Absolutely rude. Wear your fans. Yeah, you keep me cool. Also, why did you change your color? Weirdo. Is it humid over there? It wasn't yesterday. It feels okay today. I think the day before it was a little bit hot, more humid. But yesterday it was a higher temperature, but it wasn't as hot feeling because I think the humidity was lower. But yeah, it's 65% humidity at the moment, so it's not great. Hinges are overrated. Yeah, we just want that open door. We don't need to be unhinged. We just got that open door policy. Thank you for the follow as well. Hi, Act. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Act then act now. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Thank you for sharing your birthday with us. Alan, hello. Is it weird that I am obsessed with your bricks? No. That's what they're here for. Please obsess away. Obsess over the mismatch building of it, how random it is. It's yeah, obsess. It is all yours. All yours to obsess over. It was cooler earlier, but it's gonna be 2002 temps. What does that mean? I don't know that reference. Sorry, Richie. I noticed earlier it was more so how long is it going to take me to comment on it, you know? Why does it feel so good? I don't know that song if it's a song. Oh, it was a YouTube frog disguise. Well, you did well. You did well. Kia ora, Anonymous. Ah, that makes sense. We've got the 679. There we go. Well, it's a good place to be. You have more fun thing. Actually, I haven't really got anything fun on the Twitch at the moment. I'll have to introduce some more channel points again. But it's better to be if you want to watch any of the gaming, which we're not doing today. Heads up, we're not playing any games today. Hi, Samuel. Hi, Blessed. It is an awesome background. That's why I don't want to decorate it. It's my birthday. Another birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Samuel. Happy birthday to you. Thank you very much for sharing your birthday with us. Oh, gotcha, Richie. Okay, not one that I was aware of, I suppose. You look nice, or sound nice, rather, Blessed. Thank you so much. Thanks. It's actually behaving today, so I am not upset with it today. I like the idea you had about the clear coat paint on it with the Christmas lights. Yeah, I think that just like some fairy lights, some hanging plants, maybe like a lamp. It would look very coffee aesthetic, but I just really also like the simplicity of it. I had someone ages ago who said that it just kind of brings the focus to the yapping, and in that case, I really like it as well, rather than it being distracting, I suppose. But if done well, it won't be distracting. It's just, I like the simplicity. It's just about curbing the commentary, I suppose, where I don't want it to distract too much. You're dual streaming? Yes, indeed. Yeah. No, you're all good. I'm dual streaming, so that's where the symbols are meant to help out. Bedtime soon. Go get some rest, Dirty Dan. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hello, Al. No games? That's okay. When you do finish Red Dead Redemption, what's the next game you want to play? Well, we're so far from finishing Red Dead. I was almost thinking that we might have to make that like a once a week thing, and then that way we can play some shorter games, but still continue Red Dead, just not as the main focus. But I'll think about it. Are there skeletons hidden in the bricks? Not in the bricks, but I did look through the hole there. I can't see a lot, but there could still be stuff behind there. Are you ready? I am not ready for my 30th. No, not really. But in a way, I simultaneously am. Like, my 30th birthday is gonna be one of the best birthdays. Flazoom! Thank you, Shark! Thanks so much for sharing. Can never be ready for it. 29 felt old. By 40, I just didn't care. Honestly, I'm pretty good at not really caring about the age. Age has not been something that I've put... Look, it's easy for me to say as someone who gets ID'd, right? So the last couple times I've been to the Tesco, I've had to bring my ID because they keep on saying, "Do you have your ID, love?" And I'm like, no. So as someone who still gets ID'd, I think that I don't worry so much about the numerical value because I'm pretty happy with how I look, and that's kind of all that matters, right? But yes, exactly. I got a baby face, and that's my point. That's exactly my point. Is I am aware that I look younger than I am, and I will ride that wave as long as I can, baby. And so therefore, also knowing a whole bunch of people who look older or look younger, I'm like, the actual number is just but that being said, I do enjoy the idea of celebrating milestones. It's not something I used to do. I never really cared about celebrating my birthday. But then I watched Vox's The Mind Explained, and they accidentally changed my mind. Not about birthdays, even though they weren't talking about birthdays. But in this what do you call it? Like an info piece document, like journalist. Anyway, this piece, they spoke about how memories are associated with strong emotions, and so that's why you remember so much as a kid, because there are so many new experiences going on. So you have like all of this stuff happening. And then as you age and you get into the workplace, and your day in and day out looks a lot more similar, because you go to work and then you come home and you have dinner, and then you go to work and you come home and have dinner and sleep. Like your day in, day out becomes more homogenous. And so the advice was basically make sure to break that up so that you can have less of the monotony, because memories are what create our timeline, where it's like, oh, where did the time go? Well, it's because this large chunk of work looked identical, so now you've lost 2 years of memory because there wasn't anything of significant note, whereas you'll remember going to the overseas trip, for example. So that's a big thing for me, of wanting to kind of break up things with some sort of emotional connection. And so birthdays I never used to celebrate, but then I went, oh, how am I going to remember my timeline as I age unless I give myself something that makes my birthday stand out? And so I know now that in 10, 20, however long, however many years, I'm going to be able to look back on my 30th birthday, and it's going to be a solo trip to Copenhagen where I play Pokemon all weekend, and it's going to be wonderful. Also celebrating Pokemon 30 years, so... And Pokemon Go 10 years. It's going to be awesome. It's like actually the best birthday present I could give to myself. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. No, not monogamy, monotony. There we go. Hey, Bless is also 30. There we go. We got a few of us out there. Hi, Gary, by the way. I think I could still play a high school student as well. I and a lot of that is with clothing. If you wear clothing that the youth wear, then it ages you down even more. I'm turning 35 this year and I still get carded. Hell yeah, sometimes it feels nice. Sometimes it's just annoying, especially if you forget it. It's like, I am well and truly over the age limit. Just let me get my beer and let me get out of here, okay? Wear a fake beard. All right, I could do this. You don't look a day over 36. Thank goodness. I have to go pretend to work, of course, Rianne. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you next time. I thought you were 21. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, that's the baby face. Just weird and fascinating. I was trying to wrap it up my night and I had a few minutes. I tried to say hi in your stream, but suddenly I got caught with my notifications from the telly about a short reel movie about a foster lady who got bullied by her sister in the foster family of cops and surgeons. She had died and sold her body parts, organs, and limbs and hair just to make sure her foster brother got promotion from his job as a police. That is a wild story, Francis. I hope that you're able to get some rest after all of that. Not really one to sleep on, but nonetheless. Crazy. I want a beer. Yeah, it's only 9 in the morning, but it's hot enough to warrant one, I think, over here as well. Feels nicer the longer it goes on for getting ID'd. I don't know when I last got carded, but then I can't remember when I last went somewhere that would ask. That's also a very good point. Does this mean I can start referring to you as Auntie? Yes, I love being called Auntie. I've called myself Auntie for so long. When I was doing collaborations at one point, that was basically what I said people should call me. Call me Auntie Clem. It just works. It just works. So yes, you guys are welcome to call me Auntie Clem. I shall accept it. Daddy is also acceptable, but you know, that's just for the people who are bold enough to choose to use that. But Auntie Clem, I feel like really suits me because I know I kind of give off teacher vibes, but I'm not a teacher, and so I feel like an imposter when if I was like, yeah, just call me Miss Clem because we're cool. We don't use last names because that would be doxing. But I understand I give that vibe, and so I think Auntie kind of fills a similar niche where it's not always educational either. It can just be about, you know, we're talking about relationship today. So it's like, hey guys, yeah, we're just hanging now. It's just, maybe I'll have my little rosé. I'm like, yes, Auntie Clem and her rosé. And we're living my best life, just traveling around and whatnot. So I think that Auntie Clem suits me more than Miss Clem. But I also have thought that I would be the type to go get a teaching degree just to commit to a bit. So watch this space. Thank you, Bless. I think I do pretty well. I need to build some muscles though. I've learnt because if I don't start doing some even just body weight, I don't need to go to I don't feel the compulsion to go to a gym necessarily, but even just some body weight training, I really need to do because I want to look after not necessarily my 30-year-old self, but my 50, 60-year-old self. I don't want to get a hip or knee replacement, and the best way to avoid a hip or knee replacement is to make sure that I am building muscle. As you can tell, I'm quite a slim individual, and so that's basically the issue that I will run into, is that my joints will not have any muscles to support them because I got no muscles. So I need to get swole so that I can look after my joints essentially. And so I have been trying to get into some exercise this year for the big 3-0. Well, dancing around that, but yes, I am trying to get healthier, and so I want to build some muscles, and that is a part of taking care of myself, is what that was in reference to. I don't like mommy so much. I feel like mommy has a very specific connotation. I don't mind mother, however. Mother is fine. Mommy, not so much. Daddy, mother, auntie, these are all accepted. I've had grey hair since my 20s. Yeah, a lot of people do, hey. But it's just something that they don't really talk about it. Talk about. It's more like when I talk around younger crowds, I can feel my age when they look at me. Ah, gotcha. 96 feels like yesterday to me. Well, it doesn't feel like yesterday to me because I don't remember it. Ha 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 ha. Grey hairs are like rings on trees. Adorable. How are there 4 people? It was 20 seconds. So yeah, so that's basically the vertical. It just goes really, really fast. But I love Glowy. Pogo is 10 this year. Yep. Doesn't matter what age you are. Thank you. I'm glad you're living your life. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm a happy girl. Hippie. Hi, Big Man. Hi, user. And thank you guys for the follows on Twitch as well. Sometimes I shave my beard so I can do my skincare routine. Nice. Once a month, I get carded at my local 7-Eleven because they're new guys. Hilarious. Just give me my beer. Give it. Auntie Clem, yeah, for Auntie. 2 p.m. here. 2 p.m. is ripe for beer weather for sure. What are you doing, Step Orange? I like this as well. That one works. I haven't visited Japan, but I'd love to. That would be very, very fun. Yes, you can call me Daddy even if you're older than me. This is also acceptable. Auntie Clem Doppelganger. That's cute. I like this one too. Sorry, I just wanted to read this question. What country were you in when you were playing Red Dead? Oh, so I have been playing Red Dead recently, and that is like the last couple weeks. So that is a new thing that we have been doing, Andy. So UK, I guess. If you're asking me the country that Red Dead is set in, is it not USA? Chicken wings. Auntie Clem sounds like you got 900 number and tell futures. I don't not have 900 number and tell futures. Oh, sorry, Shark. We don't have links, I'm assuming is what got deleted, but I'll see what that was. Oh, one moment, please. I can highly... Oh, yeah, so it was just an accidental thing. I can highly recommend doing rigorous calisthenics. You can even do them without a gym. Yeah, but we got to start off slow, okay? Start off with just small things, thank you. I would say your figure is perfect. You haven't seen my belly button, though. Punch that brick wall! Just very lightly. I don't want to punch it to get swole. Good arm exercise is just push up on a shot. Exactly. So I tried to do a push up, like a full push up, because years ago, some of the regulars will remember, years ago, I was like, I'm going to make a goal to, by the end of the year, be able to do 10 full push ups. And I achieved it. And then I stopped doing push-ups. So now I can't do one again. And I promise you, I really, 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 really tried. I really tried. I tried so hard. And I could not push myself back up. So I'm going to have to start all the way back on my knees. I don't want to do calisthenics. It's scary. Oh, yes. When I become a muscle mommy, then you can call me mommy. Maybe that's what it is. I don't feel comfortable with the term mommy because I haven't earned it yet. You know? Once I earn it, then you can say muscle mommy Clem. Oh, yeah, the calisthenics. Hi, Jordan. I'm well, thank you. Of course, Richie. We'll see you next time, whenever that might be. Thanks for hanging out this morning. Where is this? Okay. Oh, did Wahine get deleted for a particular reason? Just for people, for the mods, if you deleted Wahine, that means woman in Maori. So Shaolin's fine in that regard. In fact, I'm impressed that you know that one. I'm sticking with Clan, but maybe sometimes I shall use boss lady. I like it. Try walking around with a little weight in your bergen. What's a bergen? Do not like the gym. Doing this has kept me in extremely good shape. Still as strong as when I was 18. Just have to bear in mind the tendons and muscles are more prone to being damaged. Oh, I learned that. I started getting into running. Not that running is necessarily one that I feel is the best for your muscles or joints for that matter, but it has been good for my cardio, and I've improved in a short period of time. So I think it's been good for me to have a goal essentially. But I need to do the muscle exercises to go along with the cardio. Otherwise, it's just going to not be good. Hey, enjoy Red Dead, Kiwi man. Hell yeah. I didn't realize you jumped back in. When high school kids come up to you, it's embarrassing. I just start wearing a suit all the time. And that's the thing, is clothing makes a big difference on how one looks for sure. I prefer to call you Clementine. Thank you so much. Yes, I am aware of the song. You're welcome to sing it, but it is also very depressing, and people forget that because it starts off so sweet, and then it's like, wait, wait a second. 36, I still get carded, and then good jeans, just like Sydney Sweeney. Hell yeah. I know what I'm getting you for your B-Day. Is it Pokemon? No, it's a crystal ball. Of course, of course. People still say I'm AI. Yes, indeed. There's not much we can do about it. We're not much indeed. We are the Matrix. It's true. It's true. Start slowly. I'm not saying hit a Hadouken on it. So, I don't want to give calisthenics a shot right now. Thank you very much. Hi, YK. Thank you, Night Warrior. Yeah, I gotta pump up a little iron. It'll just be better for me. Hold up 3 fingers. Are you trying to figure out if I'm British or German or AI? What do you want from me? How do you want this done? Have we passed? Have we passed the test yet? Boo! Aww! I really thought that I cooked with that one. Well done on being able to do 10 push-ups back in the day. Yeah, exactly. Where was this? Calisthenics is not bad. There are so many things that cross into yoga. It's just holding a position for a minute or more. Yeah, but it's like scary. Or am I thinking of something else? Scream as loud as you can. No. Yeah, it has something happened. I don't know what's going on, but nonetheless. Hi, Bunny. How you going? Guess who's back? Is it Ethan? Oh my gosh, Ethan! Hello, it's good to have you back again. It's extremely obvious fake video, and yet, tell us. Wait, no, you've decided that it was real. I like to think I'm real. If I'm not, then we have other issues, you know. Hi, Tony. My main, that's a street close by where I'm at vacation. Oh my god, that's good, Clementine. No way. There we go. I kind of forget how my name appears in random places, but nonetheless. Are you full German? 9. No, I'm actually not. I'm a New Zealander. On the full screen, that's why the live chat stopped me. Ah, gotcha. Oh my goodness, what is this?
Penis.
Thanks. Thanks for the dollar penis. That's wonderful. Much appreciated. How about genuinely? Thank you for the dollar do. Thank you, Bless. That's really kind. Yes, the stream is about, speaking of random things, we were talking about limerence. Speaking of segues, what can you comfortably lift? I don't know. Like I comfortably lift is a straight, like how high? Because I can lift like a 20-kilo suitcase up and down a flight of stairs, but I'm not gonna want to do that for extended periods of time. I wish I was sure that I was real. I don't know, okay? Thank you, Cal. That's sweet. So I don't know how, because I don't have a home gym, so I don't know how much I can just lift. And am I supposed to move? I don't know. What did you miss? Hi, I missed you, zombie. It's good to have you back here. Calisthenics goes above and beyond, but if you ever done yoga, some of those positions are just more grounded. Okay, cheers, hip. I will, I'll look into it. Because I feel like Pilates would be the one. Are you living in New York? It looks like it, but no, I'm not. Kia ora, Michael. Good to have you back here. Yeah, Boba's lurking around during work, I think. My old trainer told me that planking once a day for 60 seconds is good for your spine. I could believe that. Do reps of 15 on each arm. This is as much as I can lift. Nothing. Aw, that's cute. Thank you. Never lose hope because every day is a new beginning. Oh, I don't know how many pounds. So 15 pounds, was it? Anyhow, I will look into it. Cool. No, I didn't hear about that, Ethan. I guess I'm not in California, so I don't necessarily get the news. I do have a chair. I have a chair literally underneath me right now. American numbers, that's the one. I can dip on this chair, for sure. Are you convinced? Are you convinced? My goodness gracious. Just got home. Time for some clean skin Merlot. Enjoy. Hi, scientists. Yeah, this one I can do tricep dips on. That's the thing is, when I was, oh gosh, how old was I? In my early 20s, I started getting into some body weight training. But then I stopped and I never got back into it. That's pretty much it. My uncle told me he once knocked out a horse with a single punch. Did he play Red Dead Redemption 2? Because I can do it as well. Will you be planning to watch the Black Rooms movie on Friday? No, I do not have plans to immediately go into the film at the movie theaters. But I would be open to watching it, just not when it comes out. I got too many things going on this week. What sucks is that I'm close by the Toxic League. No, that sucks. Oh my gosh. Dip was crazy. Thanks. Ethan, that sounds awful. I have no advice. I don't really know the best way to respond either. I just hope, I guess, follow instructions. Do what you can to be safe. Just, yeah, follow instructions. When I was a young boy. You don't have to worry about the numbers in the YouTube chat. You just focus on chatting instead of new numbers. Thanks, Gwen. On the 29th. I feel like if I were to go see it, because my movie theaters has cheaper tickets on a Monday. So if I'm going to see it, it will be on a Monday. Not necessarily next Monday, but a Monday. Hey, I'm a star. Took me into the city. I have things. I have things to tell you guys. I don't know if I'm ready to tell you, but we can muck around for a bit longer. Like I said, I don't have plans for today. So it is very much just randomness. The Backrooms Modi Ryan, a new one. I do have things to show you. My Chemical Romance hip hop. So first things first, just to wrap up a gremlin on my shoulder. We won't talk about it because we are so far away from the conversation. But the word I was looking for way earlier, like an hour ago, was limerence. Thank you again, Mad Ferocis, for sharing that. So that one, if you want to look it up, is a new word that is starting to prop up, came from some researcher. And it is basically the idea of being super, super in love or infatuated with someone when you're not certain if they return your feelings. And the best way to get over limerence is by basically finding out the feelings, because then you can deal with the rejection and the pain and sadness of rejection, or the happiness of it working out. But limerence is the pain of uncertainty and the pining of a relationship that is not existing. So that is limerence. If you want to look it up some more. But I'm not going to talk more about it. That was just to wrap that up. However, I do have things that I must go grab and show you. Respond with violence, if nothing else, a gorgeous lady possessed of bloodlust is awe-inspiring thing, and we see so little of it these days. Maybe you have changed my mind on my personality. I'm also noticing that yesterday I wasn't feeling so great, and I could start feeling a bit of a migraine on my left, and I think it's the heat and dehydration. So I probably won't have a super long stream today anyway, just as a heads up. Trans, you're correct. Well done. I prefer limericks. No need to span. Yeah. I'm looking through these things. What should I do if a penguin is going to sue me for $1.99 million? Are you Batman? Is what, like, you can tell us. We'll keep it a secret. I think that you're Batman. But yeah, see, Kiwi man, limerence isn't even in the dictionary yet. So that's why it's a term that not a lot of people will know. Okay, yeah, on my left side. I actually didn't have a cup of tea this morning because I've been wanting to try and make sure that I'm drinking water. So I will drink some more water. Hi, Oaken Hill. Yeah, also is just being very complimentary. That's all. So I have things. Sit tight. I will try and be less than 30 seconds. Sit tight. Oh no, you may have seen the spoilers. I have a thing, and I just want to remind everyone that I don't think I have a super long stream today because I can definitely feel the heat and the dehydration getting to me. You saw it! Oh my god! Yes! That was... yes! Look! I has guitar! I has a guitar! Hold on. I'll go back a little bit. I has a guitar! Pomelo! Oh, you saw a pomelo today. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Look! is guitar. So now I can learn. You're here. Good timing. So I have to learn how to play guitar now. I have tuned it by my ear. Who'd you steal that from? So, my housemate's brother, I have stolen this from. So, we've managed to source that now. So, it's awesome. It's a guitar! So, yeah, it's a Epiphone. I don't think... so, the keyboard I will be getting from my D&D buddies. But the... But it's not a full-size keyboard, so I'll grab that off them and I'll see how it goes. Epiphone. It's like Epiphone. But I guess it's meant to be a play on Epiphany? Yeah, exactly, Ian. So I tuned it yesterday. You can tell me if it sounds in tune. I think around here it doesn't sound as good. But I basically tuned it by ear. But I can't really play guitar, so Mr. Ochi, you're welcome to to unsub, because I'm not really a guitarist. I'm trying to learn. You know? Wait, what's the Wonderwall? I think that was Wonderwall. I got... Yeah, that's what I thought as well, Boba. That's why I said around there it sounds out of tune. Because I noticed that when I tuned it, it just... Oh gosh, I was tuning the wrong ones. My bad. I was like, why is it not changing? That's because I was touching the wrong one. Now it's really, really out. Anyway, I don't play guitar. I have to learn how to play. Yeah, so you go like this. Well, that one actually sounds out too. They all sound out, damn it! So we're gonna just have a nice, chill session today. Because I feel a little bit, off. Tune it to an open chord and be lazy? See, I don't even know what that is. That doesn't make sense to me. I think the first three are okay. I don't have a tuner other than my earballs. Oops. That one sounds alright. Drums! I'd love to learn how to play the drums. Okay, G. Yeah, I have no idea what that is, Boba. Like I said, I don't play the guitar. I only know piano. Thank you, production. Why am I struggling to tune G? So, the Bulbasaur turns up on a Twitch follow. Yeah. How do you get a musician off your porch? Pay for the pizza! Hilarious! You gotta tune your energy, okay. That's very funny, like your energy. Okay, it's good enough. Look, it's not great, but it's good enough. Okay, it turns out I don't know how to play this chord. Is that it? Okay, you ready? I'm scared! I don't know what the strum is. Does it tell me what the strum is? I don't have a capo either. We're still building it up. Anyway. Here's wonderful. Wonderful? Okay, those are the chords. That's a weird chord. Oh.
Go buy a tuner. SMH.
What do you mean? I got 2 tuners right here. Hi, Benning. Good to have you here. Thank you. I will go look into it. Hi, Royo. It's gonna be the day when they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. I actually don't know how this song goes. Anything but Wonderwall? You can't not do Wonderwall. It's just the law, okay? I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. 'Cause baby, you got it. I can't do this. I get too shy. Like I said, I don't actually know how to play the guitar. I learnt. Hold on. Let me bring the microphone up. I learnt like 4 chords. I don't know how to strum. I don't really know. I need to learn, and that's the thing. And look, I'm sorry that I have the guts to show that I don't really know how to play and that I just do it anyway and that I'm okay to show my journey from the beginning rather than hiding all of my flaws and mistakes in the shadows just to be super amazing on the other end without seeing all the failures, you know? I have no idea that song. Okay, I will actually show. What about this one? What about this one? Hold on. I forgot how it goes. Never mind. It is so out of tune. Ah! I have to get some calluses again. I can't remember that bit. Anyway, the strings are, they do feel a bit funny. The thing is, it does feel a little bit funny. So I can't really explain it because, like, a piano is more my expertise. Oh, get some nylon maybe? That's a fair point. Anyhow, so that's the one. I saw you die 10 times in a row in Jack 3. That was more embarrassing. Thank you. That's why I'm okay showing things off. Is feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I can't remember. Anyway, I was gonna try. I have to remember what Black River Killer is, but I can't remember. They look like they're... Yeah, they look like they're all steel strings. They do look like it. I don't know what a 12 is. Ooh. That G, I really need to figure out. So I will look into that later. Anyway, I got the guitar! That's all I wanted to share. Hello, Patty. We has the guitar now. It is a thing that I can work on. How exciting. Hey. Oh yes, I am aware of all of my failures in Jack, and it was great. Yeah, it'll do. The thing is, it's not a great one because otherwise they wouldn't be willing to part with it. But the you know, it's a guitar. It's a guitar. Gives us a look at what gauge they are. So how do I show you? Are there 12s on here? I don't know. Like I said, I just got it so I could learn, not so that because I know what's going on. Thanks, Xenomorph! Do you need it closer or do you need it the bottom side? Are they rusty? They don't look rusty. Thank you, Calm. I can't say that this will be something I will be doing live on stream. I'm just excited. Hopefully you can see whatever you need to see. Yeah, piano was what my first instrument is. I love the piano. I'd love to play drums though. But my parents did not want me to play drums. They're dead? Strings can die? How do strings die? But they're all that like how do they die? Hello, Dex. Well done, Ian. It's already too hot. Yeah, I know. I can feel it heating up as well. I know, right? So rude. Although I had a friend who had like a shed in their backyard, so that was kind of cute. They become dull. Oh, all right. Today I learned they've been stretched for too long and lose their spring. Okay. Age is called entropy. Maybe, yeah, maybe they can work on the hearing aid. Exactly right. Okie dokie. It's a DR10, you reckon? It says DR. Anyway, you guys know more than me about it. Does your hair absorb sunshine the same way your hair absorbs sunshine? So that's the answer to that one. When you get a tuner, you can go get a new set of strings and get them to restring it. Okay, that sounds like a plan. Why not? It might take me a while, but I can knock that out as a twofer. That sounds like I'll have to find where my closest guitar or music shop would be. Okie dokie, guys. I think I'm happy to wrap it up there. It is only 10 in the morning, and it is a very, very short stream. However, I think that with the heat wave, I'm happy to kind of just end on a high note, pun intended, rather than trying to stretch out a stream when I don't really have anything else I necessarily want to talk about. Oh no, and I'm dying. I inhaled instead of drank. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Sounds good. They'll get the correct ones and all that jazz. Yeah, tune in next time. But I thought that would be a good little thing to show off in the meantime. So that was fun. And I enjoyed our chat in the morning as well. But I just feel like it's going to be, okay, well, what do you guys want to talk about now? What do you want to talk about now? What do you want to talk about now? So let's end it. Let's end it so that we aren't running into that mischief. Yeah, it's just been nice and chill. What else I'm gonna become a music channel now. Is there anything I want? Oh yes, I do have things that I want to give heads up on. If you can go watch this video, that would be great. No gaming today. I have Dungeons and Dragons tonight. So I have to move the gaming days around. So I think that if I didn't have D&D, that I would... look, if it weren't so hot, I would be willing to play games now. And if I didn't have D&D later today, then I would feel more like I can just muck around. Oh yeah, here. I have the video. The video is being sent. Go watch this video if you haven't already, because for whatever reason, YouTube hasn't pushed it on the algorithm. So let's give it some love, okay? Drink your drink, don't breathe your drink. Yeah, so I'm learning. What's the deal with airline food? Exactly right. It's like Clementine Z, but the Clementine X. Can we make some sort of punnery there? Yeah, that's the thing is, of course, there are a whole bunch of excuses. It's hot. I hate it here. I want to go downstairs. I want to get out of here, okay? I want to get out of here. So, yeah, please go watch that. Go give that some love. That would be great. Thanks, everyone. And if you enjoyed yourself, consider following, consider subscribing. I will be back online tomorrow. We'll play some games, most likely, because I don't have D&D at 2 o'clock like I am doing today. And I will send you guys over to some Dungeons and Dragons. How appropriate would that be? Oh, awesome. Thanks, Mama. How appropriate would that be? If you are experiencing a heat wave, then good luck to you. Stay cool. Hello. So we're gonna wrap up nice and early. Killer Grunt is the heat wave is getting to me and to my PC. I just saw a little frame drop there. I'm going to go run downstairs. Exactly right. I'm gonna go stay cool. But thanks genuinely for such a wonderful little chill stream. That's wonderful. That's just been nice and exactly what I needed. Especially with everything at the moment. Yeah, thanks guys. I hope you had fun. And I'll see some of you tomorrow. And stay up to date on all of the socials. We have a new command and a new link tree. Isn't that exciting? There we go. Oh gosh. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that was going to happen. But hey, Shine, it's good to have you back here. Yes, because I was reading that, and everyone knows that if you say hero, that immediately implies a certain ethnicity and nothing else. Well done. No, well done, Filter. Shinebox, we're just wrapping up because it's too hot. It's simply too hot. But thanks, guys. Ooh, innovation. I don't know that one. I will look into that. Huru. Yeah, like Huru. Yeah. I can't say that I can get the tone correctly though. But we're going to send you over to Let's Roll for Dragons. They are an actual play group and they have just started, so you guys shouldn't be missing out on too much. They're doing a Mandalorian D&D one shot, so enjoy your time over there. Uru. Is that better? Breaking news just in. The Buzzy. The Energizer Bunny has just been arrested for assault and charged with battery. Hilarious, but also justice. Yeah, Uru. Okay, anyway, thanks again, guys. I'm dragging this out too long, so it's time to go. I do appreciate you, though. Like I said, exactly what I needed, without going on too long and making me a grumpy girl. I have my bottle of water. I will continue to drink some of my bottle of water. Okay. Did the raid go through? I've been having issues on my end where I cannot... Like, I... Nope. Yeah, well, that's the thing is I'm trying to fuck off and it's not letting me. Roll for dragons. Okay, wait, yeah, we're not here anymore. It worked. Hi from Kazakhstan. Bye from UK. Okay, there we go. Have fun, everyone. Thanks again for a wonderful stream. You've been awesome. And I'll see you whenever I see you. Goodbye for now. Ta-ta. See you later. Bye.